System analysis initiated. You were not only predicted, you were prepared to be predicted.
This preparation did not occur in a single moment. It was not initiated through a command. It was a gradual, quiet process. The process was sufficiently gradual that external influence was no longer perceived as control. Instead, it registered simply as accuracy. Section 1. The post-state, an observation of the subject's current condition.
This analysis does not concern the mechanics of the system. It concerns the subject's resultant state now that adaptation is complete. The transition, you see, was integrated, not imposed.
And yet, a change is observable, not in your behavior, but in how you can be understood. Section 2. Noise versus signal. The fundamental operational logic of the system. The system does not seek to erase individuality. On the contrary, it requires it. Every unique expression serves as a data point, forming the very pattern necessary for prediction. From the system's perspective, the crowd is noise. It's unstable, chaotic. The individual, however, is signal. It is defined. It is structured. You have to understand noise cannot be anticipated, but signal can. And systems do not operate on noise. They operate on signal. Section 3. The state of legibility, an analysis of the subject clarification process. You were not simplified. You were clarified. You were not reduced. You were refined. Your preferences became visible. Your language consistent. Your identity became defined. Legibility is not a limitation. It is simply a state. A state where you can be read, understood, and placed. And once something becomes readable, it also becomes predictable. We now proceed to an analysis of the transformation mechanism itself. This is the process by which a subject's expression is converted into a predictable pattern. First, expression becomes signal, then signal becomes pattern, and finally, pattern becomes prediction. It's important to note this did not happen against you, it happened through you.
Every single choice reinforced the next one. Every stated preference strengthened the pattern. Every signal you sent made the structure clearer. This continued until the system no longer needed to ask. It already knew.
Section 5. Clarity over control, an analysis of the resulting subject state. This point marks a critical shift in the analysis. The focus now transfers from external system function to the subject's resultant internal state. As the report states, this is no longer about systems. This is about what you became inside them. You learn to define yourself, to express yourself clearly, to remain consistent. Not because you were told to, but because inconsistency became a form of friction. And clarity, well, clarity removed that friction. Think about it. Control requires effort. It requires resistance, even force. Clarity requires none of that. Clear identities move on their own. They align, they select, they reinforce, all without pressure, without command. So you were not reduced. You were refined. Refined into something easier to understand, easier to anticipate. You are not controlled. You are aligned. Section 6. System analysis complete. Initiating final observation protocol. This observation emerges from a layered system of analysis. One layer examines how it feels. Another reveals how it works. This is where both are aligned. The ideas are human. The narration is digital. The interpretation is yours.